last time, you guys have been investigating the missing of
Teenagers.
three teenage
Well, four
high school,
teenage
well,
males.
four teenage high school um, kids.
Athletes.
Yep, good on people. And you've managed to also sort of pace out their sort of last known movements as best you can. You also went to see a young lady called Mercy Brown, who apparently is
The
probably the girlfriend of the leader of the group. And she seemed to be more interested in how many likes she was getting on media.
Social media.
Yep. Um, and yeah, I think we found you back at the bus
School.
stop. I'm not sure of the school, the bus stop.
Yeah, it's a school. Somebody was frantically trying to gain entry to try and get a jock
right.
strap that they could possibly track,
Josh, God, that's right.
which was
The
not going
jockstrap.
well.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we'll pick up from where they're trying to put cuffs on Eben Mystic. Where were you two during all of this?
Oh
We were
yeah, why don't
we were
yeah
across
why
on
don't
the
go
field
yeah
searching that for anything that since they may have come back this way or something like that.
Okay.
yeah
So we
why
were
don't
checking
why don't
out
you
the major part of the
start with
shit.
them?
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
So,
So we were
Kulik
searching the
and
major
Abyss
part of here.
are the park. That's right.
Yeah.
So far you've ascertained that there's a row of trees on the far side on Mohawk Boulevard. That your observations of the area, there doesn't seem to be anything out of place.
Hmm.
But that's about it.
All right.
It is, just so you know, it is still, well, it's getting later. It would now be around about 8:30.
Right. But we knew that. I'm sorry, I'm just going through a couple of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew that the bus stop that was here was the one that they should have taken and didn't. What's our scale? Roughly.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It's on the map somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say roughly every square would be 2 kilometers.
Mm.
So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 400 bit squares, 8 kilometers. So yeah, they wouldn't have walked. Or tried to walk home, but distant.
Does anyone have the trait detective?
No.
Nope. That's why I was looking at possibly re-rolling as a detective character, since we lost our
detective. I was about to say, is there any chance of doing it as an untrained?
Oh yeah. 26.
Okay. Not the number we want.
No.
In fact, completely the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Your sensory, I don't know why I was going to say it, but I was going to say your sensory genitalia. Your sensory. Why? My brain is off the planet.
You don't know, Steve. It's a aqua lady,
we
elemental.
Don't know what it does, but your sensory input organs fail you quite miserably.
Yes. There's something going on, and I'm just not putting 2 and 2 together.
Does Kulak want to try?
Yep, Kulak will have a go at figuring out.
4.
Kulak.
Yep. What's the roll required?
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Ah.
you sort of go back in your everything you sort of discovered, and you just sort of re-roll, replay what they did. Left school, went over to the
Eatery.
eatery, left, headed down on the city side of the road, but then crossed the road.
They let Mercy, or whatever her
Mercy.
name was, go.
And when the bus went, didn't that homeless guy say he didn't see any of the kids left? They all went on the
Got
bus?
on the bus. Right, so back to the bus stop.
But didn't Mercy say that she went up by herself and the other
Yeah,
guys?
she got off by herself and the others didn't. So either the homeless guy is lying, or
Or the girl that doesn't really
that's
care.
or she's had her memories altered and they all did get on the bus, or that is about the point where they all went missing immediately following. Right, so back to the bus stop, but this time we're going to sit and watch it. And we'll attempt to yell over it. We'll
Okay,
try
I'm going to say you're walking through the
Yeah.
school to try to get to Eben Mystic.
Yeah.
You turn a corner, you've got three security guards, cops for hire or something. They're trying to handcuff her. One guy's got a gun on her. Another guy's sort of got his hand
Okay, I
in his
thought there
holster.
was only two.
Oh,
No, there was three.
we'll say three, it doesn't matter.
No, three.
Are these the ones that we recognise?
Yeah.
Hey guys, that looks kinky.
Whoa.
I said, no, business. We caught this lady trying to break in.
Hey Eben.
Do you know her?
Give me a few more minutes.
Yeah. So what traits do you have, if anything, Kulak? Of a charismatic or interaction nature, if anything?
No.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
So, there is the, sorry, I'm just...
Times where you wish you could just slink into a puddle and melt away.
Yeah. There is the trait, charismatic. Right? Intending to convince somebody. You can try that, but you're at disadvantage. What are you saying?
What's going on? Why are you arresting her?
They just told you they were caught her trying to break into school.
Any chance you guys could let this slide for us? She was supposed to be helping with the investigation, but obviously she was doing it a bit differently to how I would have gone about it.
Okay, so you're trying to convince him to give you guys a pass. Away you go, 1d6. Get a 5 or 6. You are rolling incredibly well tonight, my friend. Well, they say it's highly irregular, but because you know who you are and they trust you and okay, if you vouch for her.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll vouch for her.
Rightio. So the other two sort of pack up and start going around. The other guy who's sort of more inclined to be around you sort of walks with you to the gate.
Yeah. We go into the Trident Street side, or are we going back out to the Summit Ave side and around?
Well, the main gate onto Trident. Not Trident, well, Jefferson. on Jefferson as opposed to Summit Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jefferson Trident's the one that turns around the
Yeah,
corner.
turns off the corner. Yeah.
Okay.
As we're walking with the security guard,
Hmm?
by any chance, do you have any cameras that face towards the bus stops outside of the school? Or are they mainly facing into the school?
There's probably one. Why?
We're just wondering if they all jumped onto this bus. If
Oh.
all the kids jumped onto the same bus or not, or if they separated, because that's kind of the point where we lose them.
Okay. Well, as I said,
The police have stolen all
police
of them.
have got all of
Yep.
that sort of stuff. But if you give me your number, I can look at what we've got and see if I can see anything for you.
I don't have a phone.
Oh.
The rich bitch does. Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
phones and me don't mix.
Well, unless it's an
well.
aqua phone.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Nothing's waterproof.
nothing is that waterproof.
No.
Um,
What is it? IP? What do they call the standard?
IP67, IP68.
Yeah, no, yours would be
Yeah.
IP 1002.
Yeah, IP 1 million.
Yeah.
We will. I will drop by tomorrow night if we haven't been able to find anything. If you could look
Alright.
into that for me, though.
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks you, and he yeah, just
Right,
and
so
you guys head down.
What
to
was
the
his
bus
name?
stop. Fred.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred Scott.
Fred Scott.
we're gonna have to make sure we keep those guys like high up on the list of people.
Hey, did you guys fix the situation?
Yeah, we've diffused it.
Good.
So
Thanks.
so we'll go back to the bus stop. Well, we won't
On
actually go back.
Jefferson.
We're gonna go monitor. Let's see. Just mind you, it's 8:30 at night. The buses still run, and
Yeah, there's a couple, but not as frequent. You know, they're not every 15 minutes or a bit every half an hour.
right.
So you get down to the bus stop, and you'll see that the next one's in around about 10 minutes.
Okay, so
Do you want to do an observation? If anyone's
Yeah.
observation is a what is it? Perceptive. Perceptive.
no,
Okay.
I don't have it, but I'm gonna driver it.
Okay, 1d6.
Nope.
Okay, you look around and you see a bus stop.
Any sewer grate entries? Anything like that?
You see a bus stop. Basically, you're fascinated or you're fixated. I'm not quite sure which one on the bus stop.
On the bus stop.
Yeah.
I check around into all of the hidden nooks and crannies, to see if there's any notes or anything hidden around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in is there any other way out, e.g., sewer system.
I'm going to say after you give yourself a chance to really just think about what you're looking for, you will see a manhole cover on the other side of the road, around about 5 yards towards Trident Street.
Oh, okay. But nothing on our side.
Nothing that you can see on this side, no. Standard guttering.
Okay.
I mean the drain, the grate, so to speak, is up closer to the corner of Summit and Jefferson. And that's like a good 20 yards from where you are.
Alright.
So,
Still
what are you
starting to
folks
think
doing?
that. Oh, I'm thinking we're gonna take a bus ride.
In
It's
your
just
outfits.
such a shame. Yeah, I was about to say it's just such a shame we're in outfit. I'm starting to think. Didn't explain to Kulak and Eben that I'm starting to think that it's based on the dude across the street said that they all got on the bus, the you know, she does not care or seem to be too grieving over the fact that, you know, her so-called boyfriend is missing, would suggest that something fell as a play, and it's probably, if they did all get on the bus, happened at that point. Because I'm pretty sure they won't have cared about the homeless bum that lived or that was staying across the street.
Mhm.
So something to me screams it was when they got picked up on the bus. But, you know, it's hard to now go and find that again without, you know, talking to the police about it. And, you know, confirming if they did all get on the bus. Providing there's a camera that watches it.
Okay. Evan Mister, can you give me a 1d6 roll, please?
Sure. Hold on.
Thank you.
Said 1d6.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
You're
Unless you
looking for
have
that 5 or
perceptive as a
6.
trait.
No.
Who?
Perceptive? No? Okay, 1d6. Oh, no. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So what do you guys think from there? Do we try find an law enforcement operative that's working the case and see if they can elaborate on, you know, did the kids get on the bus or did they not?
We could also try and find the bus driver.
Well, the problem is that, you know, at that point we need to talk to the bus, what would you call it, head office, depot, whatever, and find out who it was that would have been running that thing that day, and, you know, get a hold of them. And at 8:30 at night, not that easy. We'd have to wait till the next day.
Unless it's possibly
Yeah.
this driver coming through now.
You'd be pushing shit uphill, and the other one is, of course, is that, you know, what if it's the driver that's, you know, taking them,
What time of day is it?
or if they
It's
built
Are
about
we still at
eight-
night?
It's not. It's still about 8:30 now.
8:30 at night.
Yeah. I doubt it would be the same driver at this point. Switched out.
So I'd say that we need to look into the possibility of either waiting to talk to them the next day, or we can, like I say, thankfully police stations might have the same people on, or someone on working the case or knowing about the case that we might be able to influence.
That's going to be hard, considering none of us are duly appointed officers of the law.
You have
But we are
been-
known for taking
But we are
down.
known
Yeah, you are recognised as a
as
yeah, and I
superiors
guess
to the
that's
city.
really going to depend on how well you stay within the law in your duties of capturing criminals, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I look at
Right.
Eben there.
No. Well, then I'm suggesting that we find whoever the local precinct is that would have
Mhm.
probably come out and done everything, and we go see them and see if we can't get some info.
You may
Okay.
have. Yes, I guess that would be the best way. I didn't know that we were like not below the law, as it were.
No, we're not vigilantes.
No, you're sort of in that
No.
quasi grey area where you're almost like deputised by the city, but not quite.
He's
So you
hoping
have
that
a-
the cops in question don't think that we're stepping on their toes.
Yeah, you got a little bit of leeway, but not too much.
Uh,
Got a bit of celebrity too that helps a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we don't want them to think that we think we can do something better than them.
Yeah, no.
Yep. So I'm just going to say you all will know that the one of the police headquarters is on Pacific Street. Up, I'm just pinging it up the top, around
Okay.
about 10, 12
Yep.
kilometers away, so to speak, roughly.
Yeah, okay, so let's jump in Eben Mystic's little beat up shitter.
The social
and
welfare car.
the social welfare car.
Yep.
and get our drive on and introduce ourselves to the local constabulary.
Okay. Who's going to try to open a conversation with them? Yeah, a second. I just need a roll for me to get a.
I suppose me being
Cool.
the illustriously open about who I am one would possibly be best. So we're not going to try any fake IDs or anything like that.
Directly with the
I will,
police.
yeah, yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's great. Here, check out my fake. Yeah, here's my card. They take one look at me. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna fly.
So, talking to Abyss. So,
Yeah.
Bruce from Colorado, age 27, who's an IT expert. Changed jobs much?
Yes, I work in computers. So approach whoever it is that's at their front desk.
Right.
Obviously.
The guy sort of. There's several people who sort of stop and gawk a little bit.
Mhm.
Several. It's a very small precinct, so there's not a heck of a lot of people around. There's a
Yep.
couple of people waiting to be processed, probably some street girls who've done something naughty, or some local gangster sort of thing. Nothing
Not
any major.
not youths I'm looking for.
No,
Um,
no. But basically, you get a very nonplussed desk guy he's doing paperwork, and he sort of is somewhat aware of your presence and says, "Yes, how can I help you?" And he looks up and he goes, "Fuck."
yeah. Hello, I am Hero Abyss. I am wishing to talk to somebody in regards to, and sort of, keep this a little bit more quieter. Missing school children from, X school. Understand that, you possibly have.
As you're talking, he sort of gets
And
up off his chair and walks around a little bit, just has a look and make sure that your water all the way down.
yeah,
And oh, sorry, what? You're looking what?
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm looking for the man in charge of the case with the missing youths from uh, whatever the name of the school was.
Ah, right, Detective Calbrino. No, he's not on duty.
Uh, would anyone that is on duty be able to possibly assist with some questions regarding it?
Not really. You might want to come back in the morning and talk to him when he's on duty.
Um,
He sort of,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna try and entice him. What do I want to do? Are you sure no one else could possibly help us? We have, sort of, and I don't know if the other two followed me in or not. You know, you know. Actually, I'll
Okay,
just
well,
say,
first of all, we'll ask them
yeah.
that. Is either of you two with Abyss, or have you been waiting in the car? Or somewhere else?
I would have followed a bus in.
Okay, and Evan Mystic?
Okay.
Evan Mystic, what would you be doing?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. It would either be just an I or we comment here. Have sort of been piecing together, children's last known, directions before going missing, and sort of have information that may have been missed or.
Well, if you want to give me your report, I'll write it down and I'll give it to him with any contact details you're happy to give me.
Oh, like I say, I'm happy to sort of write down things, and my contact details are pond at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pond. He says, sorry, is that pond?
At the
that-
park, yes, I sort of, frequent there a lot.
Right.
Don't have, human phone. Don't like water.
You don't like water, he says.
No, as in the phones don't like the water.
Oh, right, he says. Right,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I'll tell the detective that you were in, and that's where he can find you, and... Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Rightio.
sure no one else is working case that, is on that might be able to help?
No. They've all gone home for the night.
Is there any information you're allowed to release to extra people that are looking for them to help in their search?
Not really, no. We've gathered, as far as I know, the detective's gathered all the
Oh.
evidence he can.
lost Steve
And he's
there.
just going through it.
Are we able to get a copy of that, or?
No. No.
Yeah.
Even if
Lag.
you were affiliated with the city, you'd still have to go through some legal loops. But
Of course.
he says, you're the punching guy, yeah? The fast
Yeah.
punching guy.
Yes, I suppose.
Fisticuffs or something.
Cooler.
Kulak, right. Okay. He said, isn't there a third member in your group? So looks around.
She
Okay.
outside.
Right.
And yeah, the other thing we were wondering, really, sorry, I keep getting cut out, so I missed almost all of what you were saying to Lincoln.
Not much. He was just asking who he was.
Yeah. Which one? This was a waste of time.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. Hopefully. Okay, well, now we're gonna have to just hail a bus.
Thank you for your information, and hopefully we'll see the detective tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right. Now we go hunt down the bus that would stop there.
As you leave, several young lads full of testosterone in the gang sort of make some sort of snide remarks.
What, about my ass?
Or about you, and about how pretty Kulak is in his tight bodysuit, and they make a good
I flex.
bitch.
Oh yeah, boys.
And they sort of
You
look
want some?
They're not quite sure how to take that, so they sort of just shut down a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Sit down, shut up.
Okay, so you leave, you get back into, I guess, the
car.
car.
Alright, let's go find us the... So we know the route of the bus, eh?
Yep.
Damn it, they just won't be open until the next day. So we might have to leave it till the next day and then pick up the investigation in the morning.
We could also check the next bus stops. There might be people around there.
Okay.
Yeah, and see if...
Yeah, it would have to be somebody who was around at the time of the kid's disappearance.
Yeah,
Very
the homeless people do tend to sort of move along, not stay in the same one every day. Yeah, I think we're going to have to possibly come see the detective in the morning, check out the who would have been driving the bus that day and ask them. Although that's, like I say, that's a bit of a giveaway if it is them that's done it.
Do you wanna we'll just skip straight to you get back to the precinct in the morning, hoping to see the detective.
The detective might be the best thing.
Okay, so we'll move into the morning. Do all of you show up, or only some of you?
I will not show up if possible, if you guys don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Given that your day job would be training someone and you probably have an appointment.
Yep. Well, possibly. Don't know
Mhm.
what my schedule is. Don't know what
So-
day of the week it is.
Right. Yeah, I've been sober too long. How do people handle this? Evan Mystic, are you going to make an appearance at the police station, or are you going to leave it to Abyss? Have you got other important things you've got to do with your business?
Hmm.
You there?
Alright. I have a feeling she's nodding off at her keyboard.
Okay. Tara? Okay.
Right,
Rightio.
so
Abyss, you there?
yeah, in the morning, sort of come back to see the detective, inquire with whoever's at the desk. Obviously, I'm assuming it's not going to be the same person.
Depending on how early you get there. Could be.
Oh. What time do these humans generally wake up and get to work? 8, 9:30 or 9?
7ish.
Yeah, right. So that's
Be like a 10 hour day job.
yeah. So let's get there at about 8.
Okay. Well, you get there again, you cause a little bit of a fluster.
Mhm.
You inform the person on the desk, I'm guessing that you were there the night before and you're hoping to talk to Detective Calbrino about the missing youth.
Mhm.
Okay. He says, one moment, he picks up the phone, he says, I have a...
Abyss.
I have a superheroine at the desk to talk to you, detective, about the... And you hear the detective talking quite loudly. Is this another one of those stupid jokes? No, sir. She calls herself Abyss, and she apparently left a report on last night with the desk. You might have it on your desk at the moment. He sort of scuffles across and says, hang on. It takes all about a minute. He says, hang on. And you see a door open down a corridor, Abyss, and out comes this guy who looks like he's been awake several hours, longer than just an hour. He already looks dishevelled. He walks up and he says, so you would be Miss Abyss? Is that
Yeah. Well, lose the miss. I don't think
Abyss?
that.
Rightio.
I
Okay,
don't
so
think
you're
that water
Abyss,
creatures
and
tend to.
right. And he says, so you've put in this report that you did some investigation of your own, and you've found all
We
this
come.
information out.
Yeah. So we come to the conclusion that on the day the children went missing, we've tracked them pretty much down to bus stop where they got on, or where an
So
eyewitness said
this
that they
witness, yeah,
didn't. Sorry, where two stories conflict,
yeah,
and the fact that the homeless person that was there, or that we saw, said that they all got onto the bus, and yet Miss Mercy said that only she got on.
right, and that's
So,
the story we have, the letter. So where's this witness now?
I would imagine he's possibly still sleeping at the bus stop across the road on Jefferson.
Right. He calls to the guy at the desk, get 2 men out there, pick up any homeless folk you see in the general vicinity of da 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 da. Right, well, if this proves true, then you may very well have helped us get closer to resolving this case.
Well, we were also pondering if this story could be corroborated with the uh, video footage that was taken from school,
The
believing that
school's
they have
video
a.
don't include the bus stop. However, each bus does have a camera on board.
Right.
So I'll be and he has it to go on the disc again. Blah, 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 blah. He's ordering a search of all the bus
The buses that
camera
do
that were
that
there,
run,
the cameras, yeah.
and obviously we tell it's the run that goes into
Mm.
or northward rather than south,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the one that they were supposedly got on.
yeah. So
Um,
that's all fine. So
and
he
without wishing to
invites you to
step
come
on,
back into his office just to ask you a few
yeah,
more questions.
sure.
So they're of a general nature, and you sort of get the idea that he's just trying to do two
Yeah,
things, possibly.
yeah.
One, to corroborate what you're saying or your report, and two, just to keep you there for a bit. He gets a phone call. He says, "Yep, yep. How long? Okay, call the guys down and yep, yep, and get them to do an autopsy. Yep, good. Okay, right." He says, "Well, interesting development. We're assuming it's your," and he gives you a brief description of the person, and that sort of briefly fits the description of the person you're talking to.
Yep.
We did find a homeless person, what we believe is a homeless person, dead.
Oh.
Near
How long?
the bus station, a bus stop, but chucked in some bushes.
Right. So someone's cleaning up behind.
Well, no, he seems to be bitten several times by probably a dog.
Dog.
Got some dog bites, apparently.
So how long has the corpse been there?
That's what the
Doesn't
people at forensics will decide.
Yeah, I was about to
give
say,
us-
has the rigor mortis set in? The one whereby your bodies go stiff?
He says, yeah, he
Not
doesn't know.
mine, which melts.
But he will need to ask you to stay there while they investigate this. Yeah. So you're there for a
I
good.
am happy to stay. I had no other business planned for day.
Yeah. So they put you in a room all of your own because obviously he doesn't want
But
to create
strange.
any strange attention.
So I start trying to just think back to myself and piece it together. Was there anything strange other than that about the guy? Like, could it have been someone in disguise, and that the homeless guy could have already been dead? Like, did he smell like a homeless person? Did he? Yeah.
So after waiting a couple of hours, the detective calls you and he says, "Well, I've got a forensic report."
Analysis prelim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy, did you notice any dogs around him when you were talking to him?
No, there was no dogs at the stop.
Did he look like he'd been attacked in any way, shape, or form while you were talking to him? Was there any evidence
No.
to suggest that?
No, nothing suggested that.
And while you're in the
I
vicinity,
was just trying to think of it myself. Did I see, or was there anything strange or different about the person I spoke to? How long?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
trying to
apart from
piece
the
together
fact
how
that he
long he's been
was,
dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically it says, and at any time when you're in the vicinity, you didn't see dogs or anything, animals of that nature.
And again, I don't think we heard any or saw any.
Right.
I've been trying to remember.
Rightio. He says, "Well, thank you. I just want to clarify one thing in case I need to contact you. You put down your abode as Pond.
Yes, Trillion Park. There is a small pond
There's
in the
yeah,
park, or a
there's a
small
lake.
lake.
Yeah.
In
He says,
yeah.
And that's where you reside.
Yes.
Okay. Rightio. I'll let you go for now, but just be aware that I may need to contact you and ask you some more questions.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I would suggest you stay away from the area in general.
Very well then.
Just to keep yourself and your friends safe.
Thank you very much, Detective.
Right. Okay. You leave, you go, I don't know where
Yep.
you go.
Well, basically, I'm going to go, and the other two haven't revealed to me where they work during the day, so I can't just show up,
So
which
you
is a
meet
good
them
thing for me.
again at the park.
Yeah, at the park at night,
Yeah.
and tell them exactly what the good detective told me, which is that the information is, interesting and obviously contradicts Mercy's thing. Incidentally, was last night a full moon or anything? No, don't know.
No.
Okay. But also that our lovely homeless witness up and sort of was bitten to death by dogs or something.
Hmm.
We've been warned away from the area. However, I don't think Detective really understands, threat that, obviously a dog would be to us. Or maybe is warning that says that maybe we shouldn't be there in case another one happens and it looks like it could be pinned on us. Can't quite tell.
But we must have been getting watched. I suppose it was fairly obvious we were asking rounds. To kind of stand out a bit.
But also of note, did not manage to get a response on how long Body had been there, as to know whether or not the homeless person we talked to is not homeless person we talked to, or already dead for days and being eaten by local dogs.
Hmm.
But suggest we all, don disguises and,
So
wander
you're going
area.
as superheroes in disguise.
That's the one. Game within a game within a game.
Yeah. At least you're not being robots in disguise. Okay.
I could be Puddle in disguise.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how you're going to disguise yourself, water elemental person.
How small can Abyss go? Can I fit her in a camelback?
No. Trench coat. Designed to keep water out, not in.
Right.
But if I put on, hat and coat, might be able to pull up collar enough to sort of
Rightio.
hide
Yep.
features.
And what time are you heading over there?
We'll
Well,
head
it's
out.
already about 7 o'clock at night, so it's already dark.
Ah, damn it! Missed school day again. I was thinking to myself, if we could get there in the afternoon when the kids are getting let out, we could see the bus route and things like that, and actually, so yeah.
Well, there's nothing saying that you couldn't have done that. 'Cause you're
Yeah, I
waiting
was
for
just
these
thinking
to
it.
turn up at the park.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so kids get let out. They go on various buses in various directions. You're following.
Yeah, following as best as I can.
Okay, can you give me a perception check, please? 1d6.
Yeah, keeping an eye on anyone that wears jock uniform, so the
Yep.
sort of the school sports jackets and things. Oh.
No, but you do see Mercy. She gets on the bus.
Yep.
She's surrounded by a coterie of boys and girls, and they're talking, and every now and then she'll laugh and she'll
Yes.
throw her
Interesting.
hair
Her,
back. And,
her story was somewhat different, so follow her as best as I can.
So the bus winds up Jefferson,
Yep.
and it follows pretty much the
curve around.
direction Jefferson, through Mohawk Boulevard, which is, hang on, I'll get the pointer. Mohawk Boulevard, which is sort of all the way up here. And then
Because she
comes in
lived up
Navajo
on
Boulevard.
Light Street or something up here, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then she sort of gets off at the corner of Navajo and Hearn Street, and then walks along a bit and goes up Light Street up to the top of the hill.
Mhm.
You've sort of been a puzzle following along in the gutter or something.
Yeah, that's the one.
Unfortunately, there's the odd young child who doesn't quite understand why water is going up a gutter, not down.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so once I realised that she's home, she didn't take any of her cadre with her. Sort of thing.
Not really, no. She pretty much fed them well at the corner of Navajo and Hein or Henry. I can't really make out what that one is. Hearn, I think.
Yeah.
And just walked, swaggered sort of her way home. she gets home, she goes straight in the door. Although, she walks up the steps, the door opens, her father's there. Give me another d6 roll, please. No. Okay. He opens the door and lets her in, and they close it, and that's about all you see, really.
Right. Okay. At which point, at the meeting that night, I'm going to at the bus. We're going to go and we're going to stake out their place. You said that the street itself, it looks like the house was fairly ancient, wasn't it?
It was pretty old. It would have been one of the first
Pretty
houses
old.
here.
Right. So something strange going on there, I think.
Mm.
So tonight we're going to watch.
Because the Palisades was an original small dwelling outside of the town. Yeah.
Well, at least that's what I'm going to do for the night. I
Yep.
don't know if Kulak wants in on the stakeout.
Mhm.
They don't happen to have dogs, like
Yeah,
based
there
on
seem to be
area.
any dogs around, but
No beware of dog sign. No.
no.
You want to stake out?
Yep.
We're staking out Mercy Brown,
Yep.
the
Okay.
so-called girlfriend.
Rightio,
There's
so
just something about her comments that are
Finding out, yeah.
aren't panning out.
okay. So you stake out her house, perhaps. Eben, Mister, you are in your social work vehicle down the road a little bit. Kulak, what are you doing?
Would there be any homeless people around here, or is this too wealthy in the area?
Probably not. You don't see anybody, and it's not that it's wealthy. It's just that you're in. Yeah, no, probably not. This whole street is sort of made up from more older houses, more. I guess the style you'd call it would be like Victorian.
So Victorian.
Mm.
I think so that means that everyone would have quite big gardens with hedges and all that kind of crap.
Yep.
Cool. I shall be dressed as a homeless guy, asleep under a hedge.
Okay.
Hidden as I can be.
In a neighbouring garden, or
Oh yeah, and in a garden a couple of houses down or something like that, somewhere where it looks reasonably legit. I'll have me a piece of cardboard over my head and.
Right. Okay, so
and I'll have my whiskey with me,
okay.
or a flask or something.
Is it your fit flask? Is it got any alcohol in it or no?
No, it's empty, but it still has a
Okay.
smell around it.
You're not with alcohol, so you're not.
I'm not with alcohol. Yep.
You're with a prop.
He's already at least tried to tongue the last drop out of the bottom, and he's failed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys watch. So I need all of you to give me a 1d6 roll, please. Okay, Kulak, you see something? Anyone else want to roll? You don't see anything, Abyss and Evan Mystic. 1d6.
1d6, right? Yeah.
Please. And you don't see anything. So, Kulak, you notice something odd. Just from your vantage point, you can sort of see into the back of the house and the yard. They've got, one of those entrances into a basement.
I was wondering.
Oh
if they
yeah, the
did.
double storm cellar door sort of thing.
Sort of thing, yeah. And partway through the night, you realise that it's open and there's some figures moving out of it. They are not moving like a normal human being, sort of more loping. And then they sort of disperse really quickly. No one's sort of coming in your general direction. Yeah.
Is the storm cellar door still open?
Yeah.
Cool. And I didn't see anyone leave the house, eh? Like
No.
when you
Not
We
to
know
the,
they're
well,
inside the house.
some well, probably Evan Mystic is watching the front, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From
Cool. I'll wave the other guys over if I can.
well, you have some form of communication. I'm taking it. So,
Yep.
okay. Do you guys sort of go to the location that Kulak's in a garden near a hedge, 1 or 2 houses away?
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what I saw. Some suspicious individuals slunk away from out of the storm cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Storm cellar's still open, so I'm thinking that while they've just left, this might be a good chance to have a poke round inside there.
Okay, well, I'll slither my way as best as I can around the back, see if I can't see any tracks, and if so, what do the tracks look like before anything.
1d6, please.
I'm going to maintain my eyes on the front door while they do that.
Okay. So you keep. Yep. You're cool. Rightio. Nope. You don't see anything abyss, but you and Kulak are standing at the back, in front of the open door. Evan Mystic has gone back to the front just to keep her eye on what's happening around that end. And you will have
Right.
some sort of communication device that you can talk quickly to each other in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not major.
Is there any light down there, or is it pitch black?
It's dim light.
What does it smell like?
Basement?
Not wet dog?
No. Basement and something earthy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right,
that's
so let's
basement.
have a slink
I mean,
down.
it could be a root cellar, so it could be like, it just go straight into dirt. Who knows?
Cool. I shall creep down the stairs,
Okay. Yep.
have
are
a
you,
quick look around.
Are you following Abyss or not?
Yep.
Yep. So you move down. As I said, there's the illumination is like there's a whole lot of candles all over the place. Various melted down candles on the floor. Yeah, this is it's concrete and wooden floor, so it's not but there's this earthy smell. On the floor, you can sort of see these straw old blankets, things that sort of resemble beds. There's 4 of them, and
There's four missing kids, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a set of stairs leading up. The stairs at the top you can see is ajar.
Right, so.
Nothing else in the room apart from the candles and the cots.
Well,
No,
there's
no
some normal
sports
things
gear.
there's normal stuff you expect down in a basement. So there might be some like old skis and some, it's a bric-a-brac of stuff.
Yep.
No.
No,
Symbols.
No, what,
I
sorry?
was more wondering, like school clothes, sporting gear, anything that might be missing from the missing kids.
Nothing that immediately shouts out missing kids to you.
I'm thinking like also just because obviously I was summoned here by magic. I'm looking for anything that would indicate magic ritual or itself.
There's a similarity to some of the stuff, but nothing that screams magic to you.
Right, at which point, if so, I'd get our magic-based person to come and check it out. But otherwise, I'm going to suggest that Kulak try and find out where creatures have gone.
So you're sort of quietly talking to him.
Yeah, quietly talking to him to sort of go outside and see if we can't track whatever is left here.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll quietly go back up and see if I can.
Before you do.
Yeah.
Can you both roll 2d6?
Whoa.
Not 21d6.
21
Just 2.
Should I re-roll that or just go off the first 2?
What do you want to do?
I prefer to re-roll that.
Fine. Okay, on a 10, you notice that someone's coming down the stairs. It's going to be obvious they're going to see you in there. But what are you doing? You see someone coming through the door and down the stairs.
I move
You
very
get to go
quickly.
act first. You what, sorry?
I have super speed. Can I not get out of sight quick enough?
What do your super speed allow you to do?
I don't actually know.
I think super speed 1 just enables the moving
Evade.
counts immediately as evading.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay, so you move to get. I think it doubles your movement rate or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, you move towards the stairs with an evasion.
Which
this
set of
round.
stairs the person coming down, is it the one into the house or the one out of the house?
From the house.
From the house. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to hide in amongst the bric-a-brac.
You get to go one after it.
Okay,
So Kulat, you move. I'm going to say you get to the top of the stairs, heading out of the building. But you've got an evade on. Then down the stairs, a familiar face, Ted Brown. He talks in a very interesting tone. It's quite a serious tone. He says, I see we have some snoopers. Do you know what we do with snoopers in this house?
What was that? What did they do with supers? Well, last time I was here, you took my photo and
So you can. There's something interesting about this guy at the moment. 'Cause you suddenly realise that almost like out of nowhere, behind him appear two wolves.
Hmm.
Kulak, hang on a second. Kulak, um, sorry, just gotta. Yep, that's cool. You're aware, Kulak, that you know those four things that you saw leave. They're sort of in the backyard staring at you.
I wave. Smile and wave, boys.
Yeah.
Smile and wave.
So
That's funny.
he walks down the stairs. Yeah.
Mhm.
And now we get to you, Abyss. You sort of, he can see you. You can see him.
Right. So, I'm going to start edging my way to the bottom of the stairs out,
Mm-hmm.
and
Are you guys letting me know what's going on?
yeah. Well, we'll let under my breath, I'll try and whatever the form of communicators we've got are
Mm-hmm.
garbled blimmin' thing to the front door that the dad is creepy.
And we did ask you to come back as well.
No, she was out looking at the front.
Okay. As you're
door.
moving,
I didn't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go inside. I've been watching
Yeah,
the
yeah,
front.
the front door.
So right near the end, as you're moving, Abyss.
Yep. But if anything
Just-
tries to lunge for me, I'm going to throw a water ball at it.
No. He's not going to do anything like that.
Yeah.
He just stares at you intently, and
Mhm.
yes, suddenly you feel the urge not to leave, as he suggests that you should just stay still.
Well, as little as I would like to do that, I will obviously comply given he got a success unless there's some way for me to save. We'll resist.
At the moment, no. We'll go to the next. Well, actually, we won't. On a 2, those four figures move. They don't move within hitting range or anything, Kulak, but they definitely move in as in a pack, as in like cornering you to go back down the stairs, so to speak. So they're in a sort of a arc of sorts. You see before you 4 young men. Their clothes are in slight disarray, and they're all wearing letters on their jackets, so that would identify them as jocks. And the really unusual thing is how their eyes sort of glow a slight red, and they've got extremely long canines.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So, we'll go to, so Evan Mystic, you've sort of been alerted. Can you roll a 2d6 please to see when you obviously can't go before Abyss, but you can, yeah, depending on what you get. Okay, so you are on a 6 immediately after she tells you this stuff. Is there anything you want to do this round before we go into the next combat round?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Sorry, that's
I really
okay,
gotta
sorry.
stop talking to myself. They may think I'm crazy.
That's
I
alright.
said I'm not exactly sure what I know is going on and what I
Yep.
don't. So,
Yep. So you
what am I?
know that Abyss and Kulak went inside the house
Side.
through
Yeah.
a root cellar sort of thing, and that Abyss has said that the father is creepy, and Kulak says there are 4 figures on the backyard and they seem to be circling me, or circling the entrance to the root cellar, so to speak.
The root cellar. So
Yeah.
there's no activity in front, but I
Not
do
that one.
know
Yeah,
they're
yeah. The
seeing
lights are
things in
sorry.
the back.
Sorry, there are lights in the house. Yes, they have been consistent. So there's one roughly in the entranceway living room where you would have seen. There's a couple in the second story, but this house actually has 3 stories.
Are there any lights in the neighbours' houses?
There's some lights there. Yeah. So is there anything you, apart from that, sorry, with that information, sorry, is there anything that Evan Mystic wants to do?
Okay, now I'm going to maintain my surveillance. They don't seem to have indicated they're having any issues so far. So yeah.
Okay, cool. You only can go on what you can go. That's cool. Okay, so we'll all go back into rolling our next thing of initiative.
It's the 2d6 again.
Yep. Eight for Kulak, Abyss, and Evan Misket. 7 for Abyss, and 8. So 8, 7, 8, and he gets a 7, and the 4 things get a 5. So, Evan Mystic and Kulak, who's got the super speed? So Kulak, you'd be going first because you've
Cool.
got the super speed.
I grab one of the cellar doors and rip it off its hinges.
Okay, so that's a strength test. So give me a 2d6 test.
Not drunk this time.
Right. There's your 6. You managed to pull the one of the doors off the hinges. So
Cool.
that's
Shout
technically
out
an
at the top of
attack
my
roll.
lungs
Yep.
as well. Call the police
Okay.
and swing at the nearest.
You've attacked
Well,
the house, so you've only got a move left.
uh,
You've damaged something that which counts as a combat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got brawler though. When I've got an improvised weapon, I've got 3 actions.
Awesome.
So move up
Yep.
and
Hit one.
yep,
Sweet. Where you go? 2d6.
the biggest looking one, the one
Yep.
that's the captain.
Right,
Oh,
and
captain's generally the quarterback, which makes him a small bastard. The
Okay.
linebacker is the guy you want to slam.
yeah, the weapons that you're proficient or mastered in are,
Improvised weapons.
and that's your what? Proficient or mastered?
I don't have mastered.
Yeah,
But I
he's
don't
not
get it with
2d6.
improvised.
Yep. Okay. 2d6 to attack. You need 1 or 5 or a 6. No. Oh, you're 5. 5 will do it. Okay. So you inflict a point of damage on one of the.
I think I do more than that.
Who's a striker?
I'm a striker with this.
Oh, no, that just means that minimum is 1.
One,
He can't
yeah.
negate it.
They can't go down less than 1.
Only if you do a heavy swing.
Yeah. So
I think you do two.
you've hit one of them, and he's taken a point of damage. It was mistake.
Bar fighter is what I am, not
Yeah.
brawler.
Okay. Yeah. What does that mean?
That's what I said. Brawler's the dodging one.
Okay. Evan Mystic, what do you want to do? You actually have heard Kool-Aid now yell out, "Call the police!"
Again, muted. It would sound like a good idea to go with his request.
Okay.
Super strength tier 1. Your melee attacks do +1 damage.
Okay.
I mean, he seems to be very insistent about this.
Yep. That's all cool. Okay, so you get on the line and just make a call, quick call.
Anonymous call to the constabulator.
Okay. I'm taking it that you're calling up like the Pacific Street crew, the closest.
We get routed there automatically, wouldn't it?
Hopefully.
Well, no one would.
But that's all cool. Okay, and are you doing so? That's sort of a move action, if that's what we want to count it as. Is there something else you want to do?
Calling the police. Besides that,
Yeah, apart from that, yep. Do you want to like get out and move around to the
Oh,
back, or you want to?
Summon the forces.
Yep. I say, boys, I think it's time for you to
Boys,
join
time to work.
the fray.
Rightio. So you pull out your two low people.
I'm gonna send. I'm gonna bring in the lows. I mean the fodder for now.
Okay.
Test the situation.
Okay. All sweet.
I send them. It was Kulik. Who was it that called for the
Kulik.
police?
Kulik
Yep.
yelled out.
Yeah, he was in the back, right?
Yep.
To the back.
All four of them, or do you want to keep any in reserve for you?
Which way did Abyss go?
Abyss is in the back somewhere with Kulak.
Is Kulik? Okay, yeah. It's in the. I'm gonna leave one here with me, and 3 are going into the back. They're all doggies.
Okay, rightio. So, their move will they only get one action around, I think. So they're moving, running, whatever you want to call it, to get around the back to get ready for next round to actually attack.
Okay.
Okay, rightio. So we go down to
7.
Two sevens. Abyss, you get to win because I'm a villain, so I don't get to go first if I tie with a super.
Oh, I mean,
Terrible.
what was his exact statement? You don't really want to leave?
Yeah, look, something.
Yeah.
Something like we've got some snoopers.
No. The instruction he gave me. I don't really want to leave. Well, whilst I don't want to leave,
just rest. Stay here. Rest.
No. Oh yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Say
now,
hello,
if you want to, you can try to resist this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and resist.
You get another chance to resist it if anything is to happen to put your life at danger by what he says you need to do, or puts you so far against your heroic code that it might contest what he's asked you to do.
Stick my finger in the electrical socket.
So that's a 2d6 roll.
Okay, it's rolling. Come on.
5 or a 6.
Yeah, there's a 6.
Okay, so that's one of your actions, unfortunately, but you sort of you come out more clear-headed. This wasn't a mind control thing. This was
hypnosis.
Something like yes.
Oh wow.
And you get to have another action with you choose a
I had
movement
to
or
say,
an attack.
Dad, I'm gonna throw a water ball at the father.
Rightio.
Which is a mastered skill. Here's the 6. God for that.
Just having a look. Okay. Yep. And how much damage?
3.
3. Okay. Well, he takes the hit for Although he can evade, so he's going to try to evade. And then that
What does
reduces
evade
it.
do? Missed it completely or what?
Evade.
2d6 to
Okay.
dodge.
Yeah.
He needs to take an action to do it though.
Yeah.
Unless he's
Exactly. Test. Here we go. Evade until your next turn. Test. 1d6 when you're
Ah.
struck by an enemy. If successful, you evade the attack and do not take damage. But it takes an action, so he reduces his actions for the rest of the round. So here we go. Well, if we can get the dice to roll, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it took ages for me.
Oh,
Six.
and he
He
manages
dodged.
to avoid it. Boom. Okay.
Cool.
He moves with some lithe grace that is beyond normal human movement.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, he is. What's he gonna do? He. Oh no, he doesn't have. Hang on. Oh yeah, he has to. He has to. Okay. He just points to you and orders the two wolves to kill.
Attack.
Yeah.
drink.
Yep.
So they are not lowly fodders, so they actually get 2 things around. They get move and then try to attack you with this. So the first one chomps on you and misses, wetting his snout probably. The second one does chomp down on you.
Okay.
Yep, doing a point of damage.
Ow.
So
Okay, well, I literally have to take it, so.
Yeah. Then I think it goes down to the people out the front.
Mm-hmm.
And they wail on
Kulak.
Kulak. Or they try to wail on Kulak, I should say. So, Kulak, 1 hits.
Call the police.
One
Call
misses.
dog control.
2 hits. Lucky, only 2 hit.
I have an evade as well from my super speed, but I managed to dodge into the hit.
That's okay, you get to evade.
Congratulations.
You get to evade what? No. Okay, excellent. Exactly. You run straight at the fist thinking that's going to trick them
GM
out.
catches up and says, "Oh,
I'll
wait."
show that fist.
Right.
Take my face, you damn fist.
Yep, so the first
I
one...
use your foot to my face
does-
technique. I am winning because I am bleeding.
Yes. 2 points of damage.
Cool.
And the second one does 2 points of damage. And you suddenly realise that these guys are both having super strength.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to feel alone.
And we'll go to the next round where the 3 weird looking shadowy wolves suddenly appear and are able to do something. Okay, so initiative for... I'll say they go on your initiative number, Evan. Mistake?
Again?
Yep, 2d6.
I was about to say, I thought you were saying that.
Yeah. Oh, so you're on 7, Abyss is on 7. Kulak, you're on a
8.
8, which is good. And we've only got 2 groups, so inside we are on a 5, and outside we are on a 10.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Okay, so these guys are... Okay. Their first ones, all 4 of them are just to attack you. So you can roll to evade now. You'll ignore one of the attacks.
I haven't moving.
I know, but you're allowed to evade because you're
Okay.
taking an action away to do that if you wish with your super strength, with your speed.
Yep, I will.
Yep. So Okay. Not great. Let's see what they do. So the first one manages to miss you. The second one manages to hit you. The third one manages to hit you, and the fourth one manages to miss
Dang!
you. So that's
Um,
another 4 points of damage.
I'm at -1.
Okay, you stop at 0. You are dying. Then it dawns on you what's about to happen just before
My head gets torn off.
no, you suddenly realise something which I'll announce later. When Evan Mystic, you've got all your creatures to have their attacks now.
Okay, well, two of them are going straight in. How many were attacking him?
4.
Okay. One is going after one of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is going to try and barrel into two of them. So it's going to angle itself
Mm-hmm.
so that it can just bum rush and bulldoze into two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is going to rush in, grab up
Kulak.
Kulik.
Yep, and try to pull him out. Is that what we're going to say?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
Pull
make
him
your
out.
first attack one. So
So
that's a 2d6.
you can ignore the last roll, obviously, because the fourth person isn't there. The fourth dog isn't there.
So what have we got?
So that first guy is gonna miss.
Miss. The second
The
one.
second one
hits,
and the
hits
third is going.
and the third
Man.
one
So Castiel misses. Balthazar
hits.
succeeds in hitting, and Samandril misses.
Yep. So basically, it impacts on the two of them. I'm going to say.
Unfortunately, Samandril's the one that was trying to get Kulik out of there.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't.
Did a roll to do that?
Balthazar. Yeah, well, you're trying to grab him out of a fight, sort of thing. Balthazar impacts, pushes two of them away briefly, imposes a one hit on both of them. Unfortunately, that will actually damage him enough that he's out, and you'll have to summon him again next time as an action. So he takes two out of the fight only briefly, but when he does it, he takes himself out as well.
As well. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. On my go, I will bring back Balthazar.
Mm-hmm.
And
you'd have to send them around again.
He goes. He's
next
running
round.
in. This is he's got this is going to be. He's in the form of a person, in fact.
Okay. Rightio.
Actually, no, he's in the form of a big bird. So he's flying in.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna focus.
Okay, you're gonna focus. Cool. Okay.
Okay, that's just bad. And she
What?
said he's in the form of a big bird, like Sesame Street.
Sesame, yeah.
That would definitely add a different element to this. Okay, I think. What are you on, Abyss?
I'm on a 7.
You, I think, are up next.
Yeah, because I've got to do it. Right. So Wolf 1 in front of me. I will Aqua Blast and.
Yep.
We lose somebody?
No.
Base.
Oh, here he's back.
Lincoln.
That crashed my Discord.
And then punch the other one.
You're water blasting the one of them and punching
Water
the other
blasting one of them and punching the other.
Okay.
So that definitely hit, and that did not.
Okay, so the water blast does 3, correct?
3, yep.
Well, that takes one of them out. He ceases to be, it vanishes.
Yep.
Unfortunately, doesn't affect the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on a 5, it retaliates with an attack.
Yep.
And our gentleman will move to you, and he'll retaliate with something even worse. He misses. And he moves to you, and then he does something
I
incredibly
want to
weird.
suck your blood.
Yeah, he goes to bite you. And he hits. Okay, so sorry, I've just got to, because these are powers I had to make up because they weren't in the book, but I followed the rules. So where's the rules on vampirism? Okay, he takes one of your SCs and he gives it to himself, which unfortunately he can't use, so it's lost, but you've lost an SC.
Yeah.
You lost a hooey?
Stress
Stress
capacity. Basically, you, and that's what you suddenly realise, Kulak, these guys aren't werewolves. They're the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
The other things?
yeah.
This is vampire.
Vampires.
Vampires. Ah,
Vampire.
Yeah,
vampires.
right,
Well,
so,
the police ain't gonna be able to do jack
not really, no.
unless they have silver.
Or something.
Oh.
So,
Oh, good. So I'm glad we called them in.
yeah. Yeah, more, a higher body count. Woot!
God damn it! Now what we need? None of you lot are a priest, right?
Yeah.
Send more cops.
No. I'm just saying, none of you guys are a priest, right?
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
that's an
so,
obscure reference. I'm not sure anybody
Damn it!
got.
I should have
No,
been
no, no,
drunk. Would have
No,
been so much
no.
better getting the vampires drunk.
No.
right.
It's like if one of you was a priest. Can you turn me into holy water?
Well, there you go.
Actually, you don't need a priest to turn you into holy water. You just have to know the blessing for holy water.
Which she doesn't, unfortunately.
Which I don't.
So, yeah, so we will leave it there for tonight on a bit of a
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Oh!
Realizing, oh shit, we're dealing with vampires. We've
Yeah.
got 4 possibly newly turned, possibly
damn it.
less powerful vampires outside,
I
and
don't suppose that there's any, like, just as before we go, I don't suppose there's any water pipes running across the roof of the basement, is there?
yes, there would be.
Oh, excellent.
Rip them out.
I'm gonna rip them out. Vampires aren't allowed to cross running water.
Depends on the Metheus we're working with, because that's actually not a standard.
Well, they are allowed to cross it, but they've got to be in a grave of their own, like their home soil, something like that.
That
Give it a
depends on the
try.
mythos.
You can only try and see
That's
which
the
one,
That's the
which-
Dracula mythos. So
which family of the dragons they come from. So I'm going to just stop the
That's
recording,
it.
folks.